Hello everyone, this is FeelGood of FeelGood Gunpla, and today we are doing a review of the Master Grade 1/100 scale RX-79G, or as it's known as the Ground Gundam. Should turn my table on, sorry. Now, this kit was modeled after the Ground Gundam, or the RX-78, or not RX-78, I keep messing up and I apologize for that, RX-79G. Now, I'm going to give a little information of the suit. This suit was created out of spare parts for the RX-78, and it was one of the first limited mass-produced Gundams. The only problem was they only had so many spare parts from the RX-78, so they could only make so many units. I forgot how many units they made. Somebody can comment in the comment section how many units they made, because it was a limited production of the suits they made. It wasn't like the GM where they just made just massive quantities of it. And another thing I almost forgot is parts from this mobile suit was also used to make the ground version of the GM, or as known as the Ground GM. Now, as the name suggests, it is a Gundam version of what we would call mobile infantry today. Like one person commented on something I saw I believe it was a Gundam video, like a status video, Gundam stats video. It might have been on the YouTube channel JKKH, if I'm saying it right. And it showed basically clips of the Ground Gundam. I'm gonna say Ground Gundam, of the Ground Gundam. And this person commented is in Gundam episodes, it feels like Gundams are more like jets. They zooming around all over the place. But when it comes to this particular mobile suit, it was pretty much the equivalent of tanks on legs. And also, it had, to me, it was more strategized. They didn't come up in there and start shooting, or they didn't come up there and just start, cutting up stuff and just owning. There was a strategy in place. Sorry about that, the blurriness of it. I just now noticed it. The strategy of it. Let me rearrange the camera. There we go. Sorry about that. Rearrange the phone, but it seemed like it had more strategy built in it to me. When I watched the show, it felt like it had more realistic to what happens in real life, military, at least then, and even now you can compare it to. All right, there we go. To me, it was just more you can relate to it, than the other ones. Now, I'm not saying the other ones are not good, but it just doesn't feel like you can relate to them, or you can understand what's going on better, relate to it better, And they had to have like a radar truck, stuck some in the ground so you can hear folks coming, the vibrations of the ground. And like these guns couldn't zoom around, they walked. If they wanted to go somewhere further off, they can walk. They have to be airdropped, Thus, their backpack is made differently than most of the mobile suits. It's made to where this storage unit here can attach to it, and the 180mm cannon is put in there. They may can put it in other stuff, but I just saw the 180. Ooh, I think I said it wrong. But anyway, 180mm cannon is put in it. And it's probably some other stuff went in it, if it needed. But I know that big cannon went in it. And I'm going to put a picture. I believe I took a picture of it without the cannon. I'm going to post it. I'm not post it. Well, I am going to post it on my Facebook channel. Pictures from this mostly will be in the description. The link will be in the description down below, where you can see it in my Facebook channel. Also, it'll be on my Instagram. I have a link of my Instagram channel. No, I have a link to my Instagram for FeelGood Gunpla, so you can see it there also. And also, I will link some of the select ones also on Twitter. And also there's a link in the description below, so you can go to my Twitter and see it. But if you want to see more of the pictures, go to my Facebook page. That's where all of them be, because, you know, Instagram, where you see pretty much more of the same. Well, actually, no, because Instagram, you limit to 10 pictures, and Twitter is 4 pictures a piece. Instagram is 10 pictures a piece. So probably the best one, you want to see all the pictures to it, would be the Facebook page. And I'll put a link in the description down below, so y'all can go straight to the photo gallery for this suit. Sorry about that sidetrack. But to me, I liked it, it was more realistic. So basically, it was they wanted to make it cost effective, because they wanted to make as many units as possible. Plus, also they you know, they had a limited supply of spare parts for the RX-78. So they had to cut costs. One of the things is that his armor was not all Gundanium like the RX-78-2. Originally Gun had all Gundanium armor. It had, had the beam rifle. It had all good stuff. This one here, in order for them to just be able to repair it and also to keep the cost down, they had to cut corners. They only put Gundanium where it had to have Gundanium. Like, you gotta have it here to make it effective. So they did. And now here you see the beam rifle. However, when they started out, they didn't get the beam rifle until later on in the anime. So, well, actually they have, and I'll show it to you here, is this gun here. Hold on, let me fix it up so y'all can see it. There we go. There we go. This is the gun it started out with. And later on, they got the beam rifle. So that machine gun, it shot bullets. Usually you see them. It seemed like you always saw it with a beam rifle. It seemed like the first y'all had beam rifles to everything. But here they didn't. They had a machine gun, and you have a Mosu cannon, the cannon, basically. I'm gonna say the cannon and the cannon, and the beam sabers were not kept on the back, because you see here that it had to have it made so it can carry that storage unit that's on its back. So the beam sabers were put in its legs. Now with this kit, I had a problem with trying to put the beam saber in there. Somehow the beam saber just broke into pieces. So I don't know if it's just I was too rough with it and broke, or it was defaulted. But I wasn't going to put in no beam saber poses anyway, at least not for this one. So maybe later on, I don't know. But for, just take pictures for my channel and stuff, no. Plus now since they're broke, I can't anyway, if you look at it. So, yeah. So pretty much they had the machine gun at 180 millimeter cannon. I said that's what they had to work with, because projectile weapons cost less. The beam weapons did more, but they cost more. So to cut down on cost, it did it with that configuration. Also, it did the shield that way. The shield is a little more maneuverable than the RX-78, and also it can use the blue part here to impale folks with it. So that was a neat little thing. So it was basically a cost-effective gun that was made for ground warfare. Like I said, later on, they got the beam rifle. Like I said, I will post up a picture up to the left or the right of this video, so y'all can see what it looks like without the backpack and with the other thing. Like I always say before, because of my setting and you can bring high quality on the high quality I can, I record in 10-minute segments. So basically, you know, it was a cost-effective Gundam. You know, and it did its job well for a long time. You know, it helped its ground and ground warfare. Like I said, it didn't get the beam rifle until later on, but it made things do with the machine gun here. It made things work, and it was one, and it held its own for a long time. You know, and as for where it carried the machine gun stuff, I mean machine gun ammo, it had, you know, you see one in the gun, then you had two on each side here, and basically that's how it did it. So now I'm going to talk about the kit. So here we go. All right, now about the kit itself. I like the kit. It's an older kit, but I like the kit. It looks like the anime, except for a couple things. One is it's got obvious seam lines in certain places. I mean, it's obvious. You'll spot it. The ones I spotted right away was in the shoulders right here. I mean, you had this seam line that go across it. And I'm thinking you have to take off that armor piece there that covers the arm. You'll say it's just a seam line. Well, it won't matter. I guess you say, well, it don't matter if it's covered. Well, if that seam line is more out there enough, it could interfere with a movement and you're going to have to sand it down. Well, I hadn't had any problem with that so far. Oh, there it is. There it is. See it right there? You may can see it right there, may not, but I see this big old seam line. If you want to get rid of that, you can just sand it down, polish it up a little bit, and you ain't gonna worry about it. To me, I can live with it. Only thing is, since this is an older kit, this is one of the few kits. It was one of the earlier kits that could kneel. Kits now, they can kneel, no problem. But during the time that this kit was first released, the standing pose was what you was going to get. Anything standing, fine. You try to kneel it down, lay it down, you had problems. But it can do the kneel down pose. But it's a challenge to do. But let me go back to the beam rifle. Like the beam rifle you see here in this one here. Now originally I did this video, did footage for record footage years ago. Not years ago. Oh my god, I'm messing up today. I recorded footage for this review days ago, but I didn't like it. It felt like I didn't feel like I did my best. So I'm redoing the video now. And in that video I do use the machine gun. Here I'm just using the beam rifle, Like I said, I put up a picture. I put up the picture, earlier in the review so y'all can see what it looks like with the machine gun. And for the gun, like you see the gun here, and looks anime accurate or close to anime accurate, I can get it. And just to let you know, it does not come that way. It'll come with the white parts and then the gray parts and you put it together. No, I had to paint that. I literally took days to do it. And even then, I kind of messed up in certain areas. You probably can see it there. There's white right there. Well, that's because the paint rubbed off. It just rubbed off. I'm still learning how to spray paint. So, not everything of mine is going to look just spectacular, just like Picasso or something or whatever. I know that don't make sense, but you get the point. It's going to have its flaws, and you'll be able to see them pretty quick. I do the best I can with what I got. So, I think it looked pretty good. And I had to paint it that way. I mean, it comes, the cannon here, it comes with this cannon. The cannon is all gray, which that's fine for it because It's supposed to be that all gray. In the anime, it was all gray. Now, if it wasn't, please tell me in the comment section down below if it wasn't. But as far as I can remember, it was. And the machine gun was all gray except for the cartridge, which was white. And as you can see, I did panel line on this. I have been doing panel lining, so I did that. You can see the backpack, I did panel lining. Also on the legs and the back, you can see I panel lined it. Side here, I panel lined it. The magazines are panel lined. Right here, I panel lined the gun. I panel lined the head. I definitely panel lined because I feel like, sorry, if I didn't do that, you couldn't tell the detail of the head too well. But because the panel, you can see a little bit of the detail better in the body. And, you know, you can see where I panel feet, arms, shield. I panel lined it all. And I just started sanding too, but I still got some spots up top, up here. Y'all may not can see it, but I can. I still need to work on my sanding techniques. They say also you can use paint to make that disappear. So like I said, I'm still working on it, but it's going to take a while before I get to the point where my sand is going to be to the point where it look better than it should. But it's looking good so far, and I'm proud of it. And like I said, I like this kit. I really do. It took a while to do the feet, and it seemed like the beam sabers just disintegrated in my hand. Like the legs pop open here, and you can, like in the anime, so it does that. And also I'm gonna put a picture to the upper right, right about now. And you see in this picture that the leg is popped out. But I couldn't fit the beam saber in it. Or at least properly. Like I said, it wouldn't go in, and when I pulled it out and put it in my hand, it was just cracked and just fell apart. So it was just, But like I said, overall, it was a good kit. I liked it for an older kit. The only gripe is I couldn't, the hands are not 2-point hands like we know now. So trying to put it in a one-handed pose is just a nightmare to do. And I'm going to pop this picture. I'm going to put a picture of it right now of it holding the 180 millimeter cannon. The reason at first I was making videos of it in 100 millimeter, of it holding the 180 millimeter cannon, but I felt like it was better to just take a picture of it and then just show y'all of it. So here you go. Now at the end of this video, I'm gonna show you some basically it'd be like a slideshow of the pictures I took. Well, certain pictures of what I took of it, you know, with the machine gun, and with the y'all just saw the 180 millimeter cannon, so that way y'all can kind of see what it looks like without the backpack, you know, and with a different weapon in his hand, and with the 180 millimeter cannon. Like I said, so that way y'all kind of know what it looks like with different weapons. You know, also I will post a link for the photo gallery of this unit on this kit on my Facebook page in the description down below. Like I say, overall I like this kit. It's an older kit, so it does have its flaws, but overall it is worth buying, so pick it up. Be careful with the beam sabers because you could crack them, or just be careful with beam sabers because I think I might have used too much force and cracked them. But also, it don't have 2-point hands, so if it's not a two-handed pose, it's gonna be very difficult to pull off. And it's difficult to put in the knee position so you can have for that cannon pose, but it can be done. Once you pull it off, it's worth it. But you're gonna have to fight with it to get in that pose. Well, that's it for my review of the RX-79G, or as known as the Ground Gundam. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I wish everyone a good day. Later.